Hello, Peter DeChalene here. This is my September 2020 Edmonton real estate update, and my title is Back to School and Back to Work. I'm so glad that children are going back to school. It's for their benefit, of course, for their education, but also for the economy. A big reason why we've had such a huge collapse in the economy is because parents could not go to work. They couldn't go to work because they had to stay home to take care of their children, and the children were at home because schools were shut down. So now that children are back to school, parents can go back to work. That's great for the economy. So I've got some very encouraging statistics for you from the Realtors Association of Edmonton. The total number of sales in Edmonton last month increased as compared to this time last year by 20.1%. That's excellent. 20.1% increase in sales as compared to this time last year. In addition to that, the number of new listings is down, and the overall inventory in the Edmonton area is down 14.6% as compared to this time last year. So that's great news too, because if we want to have a future increase in prices, that's where it starts, is inventory going down. And finally, the prices are up 1.86% as compared to this time last year. Now imagine in the year of COVID, prices going up almost 2%. If your home was worth $500,000, that's a $10,000 price increase. If your home was worth $400,000, that's an $8,000 price increase. And imagine that happening in the year of COVID. That is amazing. It just shows how strong our economy is. Now, I've got some more interesting statistics for you. The TSA, which is the Transportation Safety Administration, the federal government agency in the United States that measures the number of people that go through airports every day in the United States, reported that yesterday was the highest number of people that went through U.S. airports since the COVID-19 crisis started. And that number is 877,000. The low was on April 14, when the number was 87,000. So tenfold increase in yesterday as compared to the low on April 14. In addition to that, the unemployment rate in the United States has dropped again. It's now below 10% for the first time since the COVID-19 crisis. The new number is 8.4%. It was 14.7% in April. That was the peak. And that's because 1.4 million new jobs were created last month in the United States. In Canada, the unemployment rate has dropped as well to 10.2%. Now, the price of oil, unfortunately, is dropped somewhat, a little bit, to $39.74. That's primarily due to the rising strength of the US dollar. Nations around the world that want to buy oil have to buy it in US dollars. So if the US dollar goes up, they have to pay higher prices for crude. Finally, I want to talk to you about COVID deaths. Now, every death, of course, is sad, and every death is one too many. But the number of people that died yesterday in Canada from COVID-19, 6. We're a nation of 37 million people, and only 6 people passed away yesterday from COVID-19. Here's how many people die every day in Canada from cancer: 228. Now, I got to tell you, I am really disappointed in the news media. The news media is not telling you about the good news. They're not telling you the deaths are very, very low now in terms of COVID-19. They're not telling you that the unemployment rate is plummeting in the United States and Canada. They're not telling you that there's so many more people that are flying. They're not telling you about the excellent numbers here in Edmonton in terms of the real estate market. These numbers are not being told They're being downplayed. Instead, the media is telling you about the negative news and is scaring people, terrifying people. I'm very disappointed personally at our news media. So the news is actually very good, and I'm looking forward to great numbers coming up in the future. You have a wonderful day. This is Peter D. Shalene.